Welcome back once again in the video lecture series of operating system. Its subject code is 1618305. Today I am going to teach you unit number 4. Its name is memory management. Under memory management, I am going to teach you the topic that is contiguous location part 1. Right? This is my name and my designation. So let's start about the video. So before going deeper into the video, let us check it out. What are the important contents which we are going to study in this section? First, I will teach you about allocation method. Second, I will going to teach you contiguous allocation. Thirdly, I will discuss about advantages and disadvantages of allocation method. Then I will discuss you about linked allocation. After that, I will surely take advantages and disadvantages. Next, I will explain you about index allocation, and after that, I will take some advantages and disadvantages, and after that, I will give you a brief summary that what we have studied so far in this video, and also I will provide you good references. So let's start with the video. So let's start with the first topic, that is allocation method. So the allocation method defines how the files are stored into the disk blocks. The direct access nature of the disk gives the flexibility to implement the file. See, the files can be allocated in different ways. So there is a harmony that we can save the file into the disk, right? In many cases, different files or many files are stored on the same disk. That means if the space is available on the disk, then different types of files or several files can be stored at a particular location in terms of block. The main problem occurs in the operating system is that how we allocate the space to these files so that utilization of disk is efficient. See, keeping the file into the hard disk is not a problem, but it should be stored in such a way that whenever we require the file, it should be easily available to the CPU. There are mainly three methods of file allocation in the disk. Each of having their own advantages and disadvantages that we will go to see one by one. Mainly a system uses one method of for all files within a system. If there is a system, so if you are storing all the files, so in that particular situation we may uh, implement only one method. So first is your contiguous location, second one is your linked location, and third one is your index location. The main idea behind the contiguous location is to provide the efficient disk uh, space utilization. So as if I will teach you all these allocations separately, but these are the key points which should be discussed earlier, right? Okay, in contiguous, the access of memory or the access of disk is very fast. So here is a good diagram of your contiguous memory. The first step, that this is the total hard disk, and these hard disks are divided into different blocks, and different colors are representing that they are storing different files of different size. So suppose file A is needed 3 blocks. This particular rectangular shape is known as block. So for file A, this much space is needed. For file B, this much space is needed. For file C, this much space is needed. Likewise, it goes on. Like in the second part, that is in the B part, when A and C terminates and release the memory, that is the creating a hole. Suppose, what does it mean? Suppose in this part we are getting, suppose if file A is completed, then file A will release the space, and this space will be called as hold or vacant space, which is to be utilized by the next file. Okay, so what do you mean by contiguous location? So in this scheme, a file is made from contiguous set of blocks on the disk. That means the file is stored in the contiguous manner. In this type of storing, it is also known as linear ordering. Linear ordering means what? What are the files which are being stored in the disk is in the sequence. In this scheme, only one job is accessing disk block B. After that, it accesses B plus 1, and there is no head movement. That means in such type of contiguous location, head is not having any movement, the disk is moving. Disk is moving. That means what? It's, if it starts from B, address B, then the next address will be B plus 1, then B plus 2, then B plus 3, like so on. That means head is not moving from one place to another place, especially in the contiguous location. When the movement of the head is needed, the head moves only from one track to another. So if it is necessary to move the heads will be moved track wise only, right? Okay. So the disk number that is required for the accessing the contiguous location should be minimum. It is very important that means the disk number which is having to required the contiguous location, it should be as minimum as possible. Contiguous allocation method provides a good performance. That is why it is used by IBM, VM, and CMS operating system. Again, in this the files are acquiring the block in the fashion of B, that is B plus 0. Next one will be, B will be, that is block number will be incremented by 1, 2 and 3, and last will be your B plus n minus 1. As if it is starting from 0, it will goes to up to n minus 1. If it starts from B plus 1, it will goes to up to B plus n. This means the starting block, this means this is the given here the starting block and the length of the file and where it terminates. That means where the block is starting for storing a file and what is the length of the file, it is being provided in this contiguous allocation. So for contiguous allocation, the directory entry that is which is related to address of the starting block and length of the allocation part is very important. Okay, so let's see some more fact about contiguous allocation. Each file in the disk occupies the contiguous address space on the disk. That means whatever we are storing, all the files will be stored in the contiguous location only. In this scheme, the address is assigned in the linear fashion. Linear fashion means what? That the whatever the files are taking the blocks will be provided in the sequence. It will not be randomized. Okay. This is very easy to implement, and though it is being popularly used. In this contiguous allocation technique, external fragmentation is the major issue. What is external fragmentation? We will see later on, right? So at this point you can imagine that whenever you are dealing with the contiguous allocation technique, so most of the part is wasted. That is known as, it is from external fragmentation. So in this way, this is the good example of a contiguous memory, how it is being stored. So suppose we are having three files, that is A, B, C. A is starting from block 0 and its length is 3. Let's see. So it is starting with 0 and how many length means block length. So 0, 1 and 2, right? Okay, fine. B is having starting symbol 4 and it is having 3. How many? So 4, 5, 6. Are you getting my point? Yes. and C is starting from 7 and it is having 4 length, that is why it will start from 7, 8, 9 and 10. So yellow color is for A, blue color is for B and green color is for C. Okay, so this is the second diagram of continuous memory, that I am having so many files that you are all obviously watching the Windows Explorer. First is count, second one is your TR, third one is your mail, fourth one is your list, and fifth one is your F. So count is starting from 0 and it takes the two blocks. So see here, count, this is my cursor. So count is starting from 0 and it is taking two blocks. TR is the file which starting from 4 and it is acquiring 3 blocks, that is 14, 15, 16. See here, TR is storing here and it is acquiring 3 blocks, 14, 15 and 16. I think so ये चीज़ समझ में आ रहा होगा आपको. Mail is having starting point 19 and it is taking 6 blocks. See, it is starting from 19. So 19 to how many? How much? 19 plus 6, 25 minus 1, 24. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24 here. Similarly, list is starting from 28 and it is taking 4 blocks. So it will start from 28, 28, 29, 30, 31. F is starting with 6 and it is taking 2 blocks. That means it is starting from 6 and it is taking 6 and 7. So in this way contiguous location works, and this is the directory, and under this directory all these files are being stored. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of contiguous memory? Let's see one by one. So in this way, the sequential and direct access both are supported, right? Okay. So for the direct access, the starting address of the kth block is given further and it is obtained by B plus K. That means the block number will be started from B and initial value will be your 0. So B plus 0 is B only. So next block will be B plus 1, next B plus 2, next B plus 3, B plus 4 and so on. It goes up to kth block. Okay. This is very fast and the number of seek is minimum in the contiguous allocation method. So when we are accessing the file sequentially, that means the seek time means what, ढूंढने का समय जो होगा, that will be your as minimum as possible. Let's watch some disadvantages also. So कंटिन्यूस एलोकेशन मेथड सफर्स इंटरनल एंड एक्सटर्नल फ्रेगमेंटेशन. जैसे कि मैंने आप लोगों को बताया था, एक्सटर्नल और इंटरनल फ्रेगमेंटेशन वो चीजें होती हैं जो चीज आपका स्पेस रहने के बावजूद आप उस स्पेस को यूज न कर पाए. ओके, इन टर्म्स ऑफ मेमोरी यूटिलाइजेशन इट इज इनएफिशिएंट. जाहिर सी बात है कि स्पेस है, उसके बाद भी अगर उसको यूज नहीं कर रहे हैं तो इट इज showing the inefficiency of the memory utilization. It is very difficult to increase the file size. किसी भी memory का file size यूं ही बढ़ाना, it is very difficult. So it's better to use the availability of the contiguous memory only. Next one is your linked allocation. What is the linked allocation? Let's see one by one. So there is some problem with the contiguous allocation which was solved in the linked allocation. Let's see how. In this scheme, the disk blocks are arranged in the linked list form, which is also known as non-contiguous. That means the files are allocated in a randomized way and each of the files will be linked with each other according to their addresses. So the disk block will be scattered in the disk. That means, or scattering means what? That according to the availability, each file can store in the disk in the random fashion, but the thing is that all these files will be interconnected with each other. Okay, in this scheme, the directory entry contains a pointer, as if I have already told you, pointer of first block and pointer of the ending block. That means we are having two pointers. What is the first point and what is the end point? Because all these blocks are not occupied continuously, that is why we are having such two pointers. Basically, these pointers are not for users, right? Users cannot access these pointers are basically accessed by the operating system only. For example, suppose a file of 6 blocks starts at 10 and ends and end at a block. So what will happen, going to be happen, each pointer contains the address of the next block. That means not only we are having the starting pointer and end pointer, each block which are having different location should be pointed with the help of pointer, and how that the current pointer will store the address of the next block. When we create a new file, we simply create a new entry within the linked allocation. Suppose if we are creating a new file, so one linked pointer is also created along with that file. Each directory contains the pointer to the first disk or the block of the file. That means we have to maintain a table. In that table, we have to maintain all the states of the pointer that we are using for the files. When the pointer is nil, that means it is the empty file, right? Suppose if we are applying empty file, sorry, null pointer, it means the file is going to be end. So this is a very good example of your linked allocation, in which we are having one file that is starts on 9 and it ends at 25. So let's see how. So first of all, it is starts from where 9 is there. Okay, this is 9. So this is starts from 9. Then it goes to this 9 will goes to 17, right? See, from 9 it goes to 17 for the second time. That means the second location is 17. From 17 it goes to 1. That means third location is for storing your file. This is the third location, that is 1. After that it is going to 2, and after that it is going to -1. Here -1 shows that it is the end of the file, right? Okay. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of such type of files? So first is, this scheme is very flexible in terms of size. We can easily increase or decrease the file size, and system does not worry about the contiguous chunk of the memory. See, in this type of fashion, we don't worry about the availability or inavailability of the space. If the space will be available, certainly linked list will try to maximize the utilization of memory in this scheme. So that is why there is a less chance of external fragmentation which will be happen in earlier cases. So there is a pros and cons for each and everything. So certainly this is having some disadvantages also. अब disadvantages क्या है? Let's see one by one. So there is a large number of seek because file blocks are randomly distributed. अब इसको समझिए बार बार. अगर कोई फाइल सीक्वेंशियली अगर स्टोर होता तो वहां पे हमें किसी चीज को ढूंढने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, लेकिन यहाँ पे मेमोरी को यूटिलाइज किया जा रहा है, और मेमोरी को यूटिलाइज करने के चक्कर में एक फाइल को अलग अलग स्पेस अलग अलग प्लेस पे हम लोग स्टोर कर दे, जो कि अलग अलग लोकेशन में. लोकेशन इज रेंडमाइज. सो व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी हैपन, वी हैव टू चेक आउट ईच एंड एवरी ब्लॉक. That is why seek time will be increased, right? Linked allocation is comparatively slower than that of the contiguous location. See, contiguous allocation में आपका accessing fast होगा क्योंकि ढूंढने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, लेकिन मेमोरी का यूटिलाइजेशन ज्यादा नहीं होगा. लिंक लिस्ट में क्या होगा, मेमोरी का यूटिलाइजेशन बेशक बहुत फास्ट होगा, लेकिन आपको ढूंढने की आवश्यकता होगी, इसलिए आपका जो परफॉर्मेंस है वो थोड़ा सा कम हो जाएगा. So random or direct access is not supported by this scheme. We cannot access the block directly. See, any block cannot be direct accessible. It is very important. If you have to access a block, you have to know about the specific status of the process, where the file is starting, where the file is end. Then only you can use the any block. So the pointer is extra overhead or the system due to the linked list. So as if you will be aware of data structure, so if you are talking about array, so as compared to array, the performance of linked list is quite slower. So next talk about indexed allocation. What do you mean by indexed allocation? So this in this scheme, a special block which is known as index block contains the pointer to all the blocks occupied by a file. ऐसा क्यों होता है? See, लिंक लोकेशन में क्या होता था कि हम लोगों को एक एक करके ब्लॉक को हमें सर्च करना पड़ेगा, देन वी आर एबल टू identify which block is empty, which is occupied by any file. So index block क्या होता है? Index allocation में क्या होता है? I'm having a pointer, a special pointer, and it will points to every block on which the file is being stored. Each file contains its index in the form of array of the disk block address. So every file is having its own index, which uh, which in the form of array that is having the block address, means pointer. This address, this index is basically storing the disk block address. The ith entry of the index points to the ith block of the file. This is very important, right? Okay, fine. The address of the index block is maintained by the directory. Who is responsible for maintaining all these index? It is the directory, which is also known as your folders in the Windows. When we create a file, where all the point is set to the null, right? Here we are using nil, you may take it as null also. So at the initial level of when we are creating the file, at that time the pointer is always set to the null. A block is obtained from free space manager when the first ith block is written. So what is the responsibility of free space manager? Free space manager basically provides a block where we are going to write something. It may be your ith block. Okay, so when the index block is very small, it is very difficult to hold all the pointers, right? So for large file, right? So ideally with this, usually some mechanism is also available. So what are the mechanism? Let's see one by one. So first is we are having linked scheme. Second one we are having multi-level scheme. Third one we are having combined scheme. So all these are mechanisms which when used, when we are having the block size is very difficult to handle large file. So let us see this diagram. Here it is showing that this G is a file under some directory or folder and its index number is 19, and this 19 is allocated with 9, 16, 1, 10 and 25. What does it means? That means this G file is taking these block numbers to save into the hard disk. So see here 19 is also associated with 1, it is also associated with 9 and 10, 16, 26. Here we are using the negative value for the end of the file, right? For the end of the file we are normally using -1, because 0 we are using for some block number, that's why we are using -1, right? Okay, so let's talk about advantages and disadvantages. So first, it supports the random access of the file. Very true. So according to the diagram, you can see that there is the file is not stored in the sequential fashion of the block. Okay, this scheme is really faster to access the blocks as compared to index and linked party, linked group, right? Next one is your, this scheme is free from problem of external fragmentation, right? So in this, the problem of internal and external fragmentation will be kicked out. Okay. but still we are having some disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? That the pointer head is relatively greater than the linked allocation. That means there we are using the different pointers, but here we are using the pointer as a chunk. So the overhead has increased in this type of scheme. So index allocation suffer from the waste store space. Sometimes what are the waste space is there, we can't use it in the further reusability. For the larger size file, it is very difficult to have the single index. Very important. Say if you are having a large file, and suppose in that at that point, if you go for the single index, it is very difficult to handle with large file through only single index. For very small files, we say only 2 to 3 blocks. Index allocation is good. That means it would keep on the entire block for the pointers, which is insufficient for in terms of memory utilization. So for the smaller one, if you are using 2 to 3 blocks, index allocation will keep the entire block for the pointer. That means the entire block will be wasted for keeping the pointers only. So this is also a not good sign of the memory utilization. Okay, let's talk about summary. So what are the allocation method we have studied so far? The allocation method defines how the files are stored on the disk blocks. The direct access nature of the process disk gives the flexibility to the implement the file. That means if the files are stored in the sequential manner, it will be easily accessed. In many cases, different files are stored on the same disk. It is very important. That means not necessary that similar type of blocks are stored at one block. Several other files of other format can also be stored at the same disk. So in this scheme, while talking about contiguous allocation, so what we are having the set of contiguous block of the disk. Linear ordering means the blocks are being accessed for storing a file in the sequential order. That is known as a linear ordering. It is generally it stores in terms of b plus 1, b plus 2, b plus 3, b plus 4, like that, where it starts with the 0 block and it goes up to the nth block. So if it is starting from 0, then the last block will be your n minus 1. Okay, so these are some good references according to your books, URL and YouTube. If you want to go for Excel your knowledge, you can well go through these websites. So thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.